to episode 75. Checkpoint Chat, the intimate episode.
I was just going to say, this is the very intimate episode. Tell everyone what you did this morning.
I came to Matty to record for once. Well, I think this is the second time ever out of 75 episodes we recorded yet. And I forgot my microphone.
Nice.
So we're recording off one microphone.
So if the audio seems a bit off...
This week,
We've done some tests. It seems fine.
There might be more of a reverb and an echo, but
remember, we've done like 20-second tests, not an hour and a half test. So we'll see how this goes.
If it's not fantastic like you used to, I know we have fantastic audio quality. Like, best podcast in South Africa.
Audio
best
quality
podcast
managed by you. Because
I
don't do anything. I literally just come here talking to the mic.
I mean,
and then I'm done.
Some people think we have a professional studio, and they would be wrong.
Yeah, I was very chuffed. One of my colleagues at work this week came up to me. He's like, hey, are you part of Checkpoint Chat? I'm like, yes.
Famous.
He's like, your audio quality is fantastic. Like, what do you guys use? And I'm like, it's literally just 2 mics and a mini soundboard, which actually I need to still tell him what it is.
But
we'll do that after. I'll send him
See, it's a big model number.
What is that? A
Behringer Xenix. I don't know.
I read that as Kenny X.
Kenny X. That's definitely an X though, in the weirdest fonts I've ever seen.
An X.
An X. Yeah.
An X. Q1202 USB.
USB is important.
Guys, it's a really small soundboard.
It is.
And hashtag humble brag, I think our quality is decent. So.
Well, it's a small soundboard, but it's got like 4 inputs, 3 line inputs. It's got a lot.
It works.
I bought it thinking, hey, we're going to expand this podcast. We're going to have like 4 people on this podcast.
Well, one day.
Man.
We're going to put 4 people around one microphone.
Just editing for 2 is enough.
What do you do in the editing process? Do you take me through it? Because I don't actually know.
It used to be I had to remember like a chain of events, and then I realized you can save all the chains that you do into like a file in Audacity. So now I just go apply chain and watch progress bars do their thing.
Yeah, make it sound smooth.
Exactly, yeah. It's pretty good.
You go smooth enabled, 1. Audacity's like, I got you, fam.
I got you. Say no more.
Say no more, fam. And then we sound like a Barry White.
It used to be far more strenuous when we did the segments and I had to
break them out.
That sucked. Yeah. That took long. Now I do it automatically, and then I save it as a whatever. There's a cat here. Hi.
Lupin's like, please love me.
And then, that's it.
Nice.
Lupin's so cute. I love him.
He's very demanding. He's like, why is there a podcast happening in my space?
Give me attention.
You must pay in cuddles. But little does he know I have a spray bottle.
And Luna doesn't give a shit.
No, she doesn't. Where is she? She's
gone.
Know, she only rocks up when she wants food. She's like, hey.
Second breakfast. She's like a hobbit.
I do. I break up the meal into 2 or 3 servings because if I give it to them in one, they just scoff it and they're like, I'm still hungry.
Do they do that thing when I had a lot of cats? I only have 2 now. They used to eat really quickly and then just vomit.
It's only happened like once or twice where I've seen Luna in this cottage throw up and I'm like, oh my God, you must have eaten Lupin's food while he was out or something.
They make the worst noise when they vomit. It's just like...
Just replicate
like they're choking. You're just like, oh no!
So Lupin's busy pawing me like, hey, do you know that he does it when I'm sleeping?
Really?
As well, when he's hungry, he comes and he sits right next to my face and he just taps my nose. He's like, hello. And I look at him and he just stares at me. Then I close my eyes. He's like, no. Stop it.
Oh, look at his paw. He's so cute.
He just wants some love.
Oh, he's so cute.
Okay, come here.
This is why he's like your best friend.
You might hear some purring in the microphone.
Oh, that's fine.
Probably not.
So cute.
But yeah, we have pets on this episode.
How old is Lupin?
He's about 8. And
really?
Luna,
I thought he was older.
No, he's about 8, and then Luna's about 4 now.
Damn, he is purring loudly.
Yeah, a little Lamborghini.
Yeah, jeez. Wait, you said Luna is?
4.
So wait, when you got Luna, because I remember when you got Luna.
Yeah,
like we were friends then. So Lupin was only 4.
Yeah, he was young.
Way older.
No, he's super young.
Wow. Impressive. Yeah. So he's still got many years.
He's got many years.
Yeah. Look how happy he is now. It's just like,
yes. Like, I just want to be a co-host on this episode. I'm just going to get comfortable.
The Lupin podcast, yeah.
Yeah. Remember, Catpoint Chat. Like and subscribe.
But speaking of Catpoint Chat, we've got to fly this week because we've got a Pokemon event to go to. Yeah,
we never have to fly when we record, but we actually do have to fly. So
yeah, Matty's got the Pokemon theme song stuck in his head because
Pokemon. I do.
Nintendo's hosting an event for Sword and Shield, and we're heading there straight after this. Yeah.
Oh, who's your starter?
Sobble for days. I got code yesterday. I just haven't had a chance to play yet, but Sobble's
You got
definitely...
sword.
I got sword, yeah. You're going to get shield.
We'll trade. Can you trade?
Yes, you can.
Oh, thank God. Trade me.
It's cool because so I've got the Switch Lite, which again, thank you Nintendo South Africa. Yes. And so far, Shani is using my Switch Lite most of the time.
Has she started playing Pokemon yet though?
Well, so when I visited her last night, because we do the whole family share thing or whatever.
Off you go.
Away.
Be gone.
I downloaded it on her Lite and then on mine
then you can both
as well.
play.
Yeah, and I was wondering because you've tried this. So if I take, obviously mine has to be online because mine's a secondary. So to play mine, but if I take hers offline, can we play at the same time? Because it will not know. Like
it'll work. So
because if they're both online, it will be like, hey, you can't both play.
I can't remember the logistics, but it is a thing of like. So you both can play. I don't think there's any loopholes, anything. I just think as long as one has the permanent internet connection, you're fine.
Yeah. Well, mine were if I disconnect on mine's secondary.
I don't even think you have to disconnect.
Oh really?
The only thing I found, so I've only tested this for Stardew Valley, and I think the only conclusive fact is that if you want to play multiplayer,
okay, I think that's a bit harder. Yeah.
But you can still get around it. So with Stardew Valley, I could launch it on my Switch and my Switch Lite. We could both play the game, but if we wanted to play multiplayer, we couldn't do like LAN.
Okay.
But I could make an online multiplayer, and Lenska could join if she had a subscription to the Nintendo online service. It's so weird because I'm like, we're sitting in the same room, but we've got to do it via the internet to like get around that. But yeah, you shouldn't have an issue.
Okay. No, sure. I'm keen because she likes Pokemon. Well, I don't know. She's had the Switch Lite for a while, and she played it a bit when she went to Durban. She played some Mario Odyssey or whatever. But now it's like, if you play the Switch, she's like, no, I keep forgetting I have it.
What?
I'm just like,
how do you forget?
It's because she likes watching TV, and then she feels like she can't split her focus between the two.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Depends what you're playing, what you're doing. Because when I play my Switch, I focus purely on what I'm playing. Yeah, well, it depends what I'm playing, I guess. If you're playing something like Stardew Valley, you don't really need to listen to anything.
And I think the same goes for Pokemon, because you're walking around and whatever, but the battles are all turn-based, so it's not like... It's like you can wait and see, look and watch. And then Surfetch just waiting there, just like...
It's like, hey...
My fucking trainer, man.
Excuse me.
Yeah, excuse me, kind sir.
Could you please tell me to attack?
Could you please commence the battle?
The battle.
But yeah, it's Pokemon Sword. We'll probably chat about it next week, because, we only got it yesterday, so...
The backlog is so real. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I'm still playing Luigi's Mansion, which is good. I haven't even touched Fire Emblem yet.
Yeah, I'll start. So I've been playing a bit of Death Stranding. I'm playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, but I still have Luigi's Mansion, and I have Pokemon. I still want to put a lot more time into Ring Fit.
Yes. And so tell me about Ring Fit. I want to hear about Ring Fit. I still haven't played it either.
You haven't played it either? Oh my god. Well,
no. I haven't played it because I've been lazy.
Yeah, let me tell you, you can't play this when you're lazy because it is an actual workout. Although, let's start at the beginning. So when you start the Ring Fit, there's an adventure mode and there's mini games. Just to be clear, I've only tried the adventure mode, literally one level, and I've watched Lenska play the opening.
This is Switch's fitness game.
It's the fitness game, yeah. We've both probably only done the first 20 minutes of the game.
Okay.
But doing
adventure mode.
Yeah, doing more than that in one sitting, I'm like, damn. I'm a runner. Okay.
Yeah, so you guys are both pretty fit. Yeah.
I've run marathons and shit. I'm quite a fit guy. I did the adventure mode last night. But the first level has like 3 segments, which is it's you running on the spot, and then you battling other people. And by battling other people, I mean you doing exercises as your attacks. Okay.
Okay.
So I literally did that for 20 minutes, and I was finished. I was sweating.
Really?
Let me start.
So what sort of exercises are you doing?
When the story is you basically you're some weird trainer, like just working in the woods one day, and then
wait, you're really a trainer?
There's a full-on story mode.
Wow. Okay.
So you're busy doing some shit in the woods one day, and then I think this ring object is just lying there, or
a Pilates ring.
A Pilates ring. And then you pull it open, it like tells you to pick it up, and you pull the Ring Fit, and then it like bursts open, and then this creature flies away.
Oh.
You're like, oh shit, what the hell was that? And then the ring starts talking to you, like, oh my god, like that's this bad guy called Drago.
So it's like if Diablo was stored in a Pilates ring.
Yeah, basically it's Diablo, Nintendo edition. The family-friendly edition.
Okay. But I can get with that.
Premise boiled down, it's like this evil spirit has flown away. We need to like stop him. But in order to do that, we need to like run and catch him. And literally on the way, you encounter creatures and you do exercises too, which translate into attacks to overcome them. This does sound like Diablo. It's basically Diablo. So the adventure mode is you running on the spots along like a linear, I suppose, on rails path.
Okay.
But you can do things while you're running. So the ring fit.
Do you have to run in the spot to move?
You run in the spot to move.
Wow.
So the ring fit, as you say, it's a Pilates ring. Okay. But when Nintendo showed this, I was like, this looks absolutely ridiculous. Like, sorry, I watched that trailer, I was like,
that trailer was super weird.
It was weird because it didn't actually show you the game. Lenska appears with coffee. Nice, thank you. It looks weird, but then, and I was like, this little ring, it has to be pretty tough because if it's going to go through a lot of like use, will it break? Yeah. Like I don't know.
I mean, Pilates rings are pretty strong,
but this is a ring fit. Lenska, one of that is picked up. She says it's hectic. But yeah, you're right. Pilates rings are pretty durable. However, when you use it, just the back of my mind, I've never used one. I'm like, that can't really give you a workout, anything.
Yeah.
So anyways, when you're playing the adventure mode, you're running on a linear path, and there are obstacles in the way. So if you want to jump over something, for example, you aim the ring down and you push the sides in together.
Oh, okay.
And it makes like an air gust that lifts you up and over the obstacle,
that's cool.
which is really cool.
Okay.
If you just aim it forward and you do the same, you pull the sides in, it shoots like an air gust as well.
And I mean, I've tried to compress a Pilates ring. Like, it's pretty easy to compress about halfway, and then it gets hard.
Yeah, but
if you're doing it over and over again,
it's like, but then pulling it out vacuums stuff in like coins. Have you tried pulling it out?
Oh wait, hold on. So as a ring, you pull out.
You can pull it out.
Oh, that seems a bit harder. Okay.
It's a lot harder.
Okay.
So that's the linear on rails. You're busy running along a path, collecting stuff, jumping over obstacles, whatnot.
Cool.
But then every now and then on the path you have an enemy pop up, and so if you've played something like Final Fantasy, it's sort of turn-based. You do your attack, the damage number pops up. This is the same thing, except your damage numbers spawn from you doing exercises.
Okay.
So in the first level, you only have access to 4 exercises. So one, for example, is squatting. So it's actually funny. Before you choose your adventure, though, you get to choose a difficulty. So you can be like basic, light, intense, or extreme. And this is obviously translates to it's a difficulty, but it translates to what kind of workout you're going to get.
Okay, like more reps.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'll run. I'm not going to do intense because that's the hardest one. I'll go one down to extreme.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around.
No, extreme is the hardest and intense.
Yeah, you said I'm
going
to go.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So I did the second hardest.
Intense. Okay.
So I'm like, okay.
Again, this is someone who runs 42-kilometer marathons.
Well, I mean, I'm decently fit, but I'm not gym fit though. That's the difference.
Okay, yeah, but like squats and stuff, like your legs are pretty strong.
Yeah, you'd think that until it's like, okay, we're gonna squat now, and every time you do a squat and you stand up, a damage number pops up. So it's like 10 damage, 20 damage, 30 damage.
So a good squat gives you more damage.
I haven't quite figured it out. I think it must pick up that if you've done like a bad squat, less damage.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
Okay.
But it starts out and it is like, I'm going to do squats, and then it is, okay, you're going to do a set of 25, and you start, you go squat down.
25 squats is a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
It's a lot.
And then eventually, I think after 50, and then so you do like slow, purposeful squats, and then it speeds up because it says it can like speed up. So the end are like 10 quick squats.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
So by that I'm
this
like,
is
okay,
cool.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this is quite a workout.
This is
okay,
cool.
Then the enemy gets to attack, and then you have to hold the ring fit in a defensive stance, which is you basically like hold it against your belly and you pull it to you.
Okay.
And it's quite a cool. It's cool how it translates onto the screen. You see like your abs pop out in like a spread form, and it's like guarding. So it's like guarding against.
That's
that
so good. That's amazing.
But then so the enemy gets their turn to attack, then it's your turn to attack again. But like, so say I've used the squats, it's on cooldown now. I have to choose another exercise.
This really is Diablo.
No, it's more like...
It's like your attacks on cooldowns.
Yeah, well, in that regard. But in terms of combat, it really is like a turn-based RPG. Okay.
I'm just picturing like the Demon Hunter with the Pilates ring now doing like tactical rolls in their living room.
Oh, you know. Okay, so the next exercise I did, it's you basically hold the ring fit above your head, and you have to compress the sides in again.
Okay.
And again, it's not like do 5 of these or do 10 of these. It's like 25 or 30 of them. It's the same concept of you hold it in, you pull it out. You hold it in, you pull it out. Then the last 10 are like in, out, in, out. Let me tell you, it really does work you out. I mean, that's not like parts of my arm that I use. It's like, I suppose this muscle, whatever the hell this is, it's like by your armpit.
I don't know.
It tells you. I can't remember.
It's a trap, but I don't think it's a trap.
It's a trap.
But yeah, that's cool because like I mean you're running fit and whatever, but I guess you don't like work up your body that much.
Oh, well, one thing I've got to mention, so the Ring Fit's got the Pilates ring, whatever, but there's also, so you put your one Joy-Con in the Pilates ring.
Do you put the one with the IR sensor in the Pilates ring?
Yes, in the Pilates ring,
cool.
yeah.
So it uses the IR sensor to sense the compression.
No, and it can track your heart rate as well. Although you put your thumb over it.
Oh, that's wild.
I don't know how accurate it is.
Yeah, I don't think it would be too accurate, but
cool.
Because
like with my fitness watch, after one exercise, it said my heart rate was 107, and then the game showed me 116. So I'm like, it's a bit off, but it's not too bad.
Close enough, yeah.
But what I wanted to say is that besides the Pilates ring, you use another Joy-Con and you strap it into I don't know.
Like a little leg
strap, you put it into
a
leg strap and you put it around your thigh, and that's how it's tracking your running. And obviously
an
you're
accelerometer,
using it for
I guess.
tracking your squats, whatever.
Cool.
But this comes in handy for the third exercise that I did, which is you put the Ring Fit down, but you sit on the ground and you do those like leg extensions.
It's
which
like
works out
those
your
like
abs.
little bike extensions.
Yeah. So that's the third exercise. And the fourth one it's a bit of a yoga pose where you squat down, but you then hold the Ring Fit above your head and you bring it forward and back up again.
So the question I have is, you explaining all this, and I was like, okay, these seem like they're not taking up much space, but now you said you get on the ground and do these mountain bike things.
Yeah.
Like, how much space do you need?
Well, look, Mark, the cottage is tiny. I still managed
were you able to go like horizontally here and still
No,
look at the
I
TV?
just stuck my legs under
there. Okay, yeah, that's a decent amount.
So it
of
works.
space.
The only thing is we have pictures hanging here, which would have to put the Ring Fit up.
Tall,
it's like I punch it. I'm like, damn, I have to stand to the side.
So afterwards, you felt like you had a full body workout.
I finished. I did those 2 little sub levels, which culminated in a fight against the Drago, the big boss.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And it's a full on like. He's got this massive health bar, and I had to do, I think, a set of 5 exercises to whittle it down. After that many squats and the overhead arm, whatever the holes they called, I was sweating. I was finished. Like, it's a proper workout.
That's awesome.
And it's like, I was skeptical because I had the Wii Fit back in the day, and it was fun, but it was hardly like an actual.
Yes.
You know, it made you do push-ups and that sort of thing.
It was exactly what it was, a home workout.
Yeah.
It was like, you're not going to get ripped from this, but you'll like
this is versatile. I think to the point where, I mean, it's not going to turn you into Arnold Schwarzenegger, but if you're the sort of person who's not really active and you want, it's like a personal gym trainer, and it's motivation. They've gamified it, and it is really cool. So
it seems the game part is pretty cool as well.
Look, it's Nintendo cheesy family, whatever.
Of course, yeah.
But there's a little narrative, and it makes it engaging. You know, okay, I'm running on this path, I'm collecting coins.
Because Wii Fitness never had that, hey?
No, I think it was just like do your exercises.
Okay.
So I played it, and then earlier this week, Lenska played it, and it was funny because she had no idea. She was like, "I'm gonna try the Ring Fit."
She sounded pretty skeptical.
Because she didn't really realize like it's a full-on game with workouts and that. By the end of it as well, she's like, "Shit." Like, I'm exhausted. So it's a lot of fun, and I'm actually like I'm surprised to hear myself saying this. I'm keen to play more.
Okay.
Because I honestly like, not to be funny, I was like, it looks weird.
Because you could just whack like half an hour session every day, and like if you're like, oh, I don't want to go for a run, so I'll just do this instead or something.
And the fact there's a little story. Oh, so story aside, you can just do the exercises.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to like put it behind a story or anything.
Oh, it's cool. I really need to try it because
Try it with Shiny.
What I like is like, because it's using a Pilates ring and resistance and body workouts, it's like very difficult for you to injure yourself. Like squats, yes, there's a squat form and you can like do bad squats, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it shows you like examples.
Well, it depends. So it shows you examples, and I was trying to mimic it. But like Lenska was watching me and she was saying, no, your back needs to be in more, out more. Because that's the sort of thing I might not have picked up.
Yeah.
So I suppose it helps to have someone with you who knows how I mean, you don't have to, but just so you don't injure yourself or that you're actually doing it properly, it really helped having Lenska.
Or maybe look it up. Because like I know for squats, it's like, don't let your knees go over your toes. Make sure the bottom of your feet are always on the ground.
There are tips consistently throughout telling you, like, make sure, for example, your shoulders are... your feet are like shoulder width apart.
Okay, cool. So it does give you guides.
Before you even start the exercise, it's sort of like it'll say like hold the ring fit up, and it counts you down to make sure you're in the right stance.
Oh, okay.
Which is really cool. Okay. And then while you're doing the exercise, so it shows you an example on the left while you're doing it, and it shows you tips. But with me, for example, with the squats, my back maybe wasn't out enough, whatever. And Lance was like, no, you need to tuck it in more, which helped.
Because I guess it doesn't have a camera, so it has no idea.
It has no way of picking up. Yeah. But it
does its best. Yeah.
I'm almost. So my relationship with gym, I hate gym. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've tried gym and I've told myself I'll never get a gym contract. Although never say never, but I hate going to the gym. It's just it's not my thing. Running, I love it. I'll just put on my shoes, run, and that's enough for me. This is one of those things like I want to play more, but I'm gonna not hurt myself. It's gonna hurt because I'm working out,
especially because you're not used to it, especially muscles that aren't associated with running.
No. Well, I mean, even the squats, because I'm like, I run up hills and shit.
Yeah, but squats.
Holy hell, it's different. Yeah.
I'll tell you now, doing all these squats, like, I go to gym fairly regularly now. I've got back into routine, and I'm doing a lot of CrossFit stuff again. So I'm doing loads of squats, and ever since that, my running has improved. I tell you now, that's because the squats just they just make your legs like way stronger for up hills. I'm keen to try this because like at gym I do a lot of, I just said I do CrossFit stuff, but mostly bodyweight stuff.
But you'll probably be a lot better. You might find it that it's a lot easier.
I don't think so, because it sounds like you can ramp it up to a degree that like feels intense for you.
Yeah.
And I think the repetition definitely.
If you go up, so for example, if you start at the same difficulty I am, for example, someone who actually does squats, you might be like, 25
I don't
squats.
know, 25 air squats is a lot of squats.
It's a lot,
like, when you said 25, I'm like, damn, that's quite a bit.
Like my hats off to Lenska, because she played the game earlier the week before I did, and I was watching, and she was persistent. She was like, I'm not, like, she's fighting,
very competitive.
She was fighting the boss, and I was like, you can stop playing whenever you want. She's like, no, I'm going to beat him.
She's so competitive. It's amazing.
Like, she's like dying, but she's like, no, I'm going to beat him. Like,
this just vindicates my wedding speech for you guys, that she's super competitive. Yeah.
And it's funny because we were both like, oh my God, like, is he not dead yet? Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I
can't wait to see someone finishing Dark Souls with the Ring Fit Pilates.
Look, it's
because Dark Souls are on Switch, so
someone will do it.
Someone's gonna hack the controller scheme and just figure it out. And
to my surprise, Lenska said we should live stream this. I'm like, okay, are you gonna do it? She's like, yes.
Listen.
So one day we'll see. We might do a little live stream.
You are at your most vulnerable when you're exercising. You make faces, and you are in a position where you're uncomfortable.
It's fine.
I will not.
I'll do it.
Jesus.
Do it for the children.
Do it for the children.
Yeah,
that's cool. Ring Fit sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
You've been playing other stuff?
Oh yeah, no. So I'm on the Nintendo train. I've got a backlog of stuff. Oh my gosh.
And mostly Nintendo stuff.
It's mostly Nintendo stuff. Not only that, you told me like, oh hey, I've got Star Wars. And I'm like,
hell yeah, I'm so excited to play that. So excited.
Yeah, we family share, which means I've got Star Wars. Which I wasn't expecting, because I've still got to get through Death Stranding. But
I wasn't expecting that it was... Okay, well, I was hoping, but I was not expecting it to have the great reviews that Star Wars has been getting. It's
it is the same. It's the same thing as Death Stranding, where I was like, I hope it does well, but I kind of don't know if it will do well. But Death Stranding was pretty well received across the board. Like, Metacritic's quite high. It's like 82, 83 now. I was expecting the same with Star Wars. Like, some people, it's going to be mixed.
It's real fascinating that Respawn, brand new studio, also the only studio under EA. Okay, so they're only owned by EA now, but all their previous games that EA published. The only one that doesn't use Frostbite.
Oh, really?
And consistently the best performing games.
Yeah.
Like Titanfall 1 and 2, Source Engine.
It's,
I thought the Star Wars was on Frostbite, apparently it's on Unreal.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
Apex Legends, Unreal as well. Or Source, I can't remember.
They're just doing their own thing.
Yeah, and it's just like, then you look at games like Need for Speed and Battlefield or
Frostbite.
Or Andromeda, like Mass Effect, and it's like, no, EA says we have to use Frostbite, and they all struggle. Like,
yes, but point is, I'm excited for Star Wars. But before that, so I'm playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Hell yeah.
You've played it a little bit as well.
I haven't played as much as you. Definitely not.
Ultimate Alliance is a lot more like Diablo.
Okay, cool.
Because it's basically, long story short, you're playing through a Marvel story where it collects all the heroes and villains from like the entire Marvel franchise and gives you an excuse to like build teams from them and just run through
teams of four.
Teams of four.
Okay.
And it gives you an excuse to like run through a narrative where you just beat up enemies and you fight, well-known villains. So
it sounds just like the other two Marvel.
I think it's the same thing, but it doesn't relate to those in any way. It's like its own spin-off or set in its own universe, like fresh slates. Hey, the Infinity Stones are.
It's almost like a retelling of the movie stuff.
Yeah, the timing's really good because I think if this came out in the middle of nowhere when people didn't really know. I mean, I'm talking about like only real comic book fans would be like, oh yes, Infinity Stones. But now the films have made it mainstream. We know that everyone knows what Infinity Stones are.
Everyone knows who Thanos is.
Yeah, everyone knows who Thanos is. Yeah, whoa, what a time to be alive. So they've sort of taken that source material where I know like the Infinity Stones are all scattered. You have to collect them, stop Thanos from getting them. Okay. But in the movies, you only had, the Avengers, okay? Like one or two other cameos or that sort of thing. Ultimate Alliance is like the entire Marvel, not the entire Marvel catalog, because you'd have like thousands of heroes, but all the recognizable ones, including the likes of like X-Men.
Are the X-Men in there?
Yeah, the X-Men in there.
Interesting.
So like straight up, you can choose Wolverine.
Huh.
Well, after like the prologue, whatever.
Are the Fantastic Four in there?
I haven't got them yet, but I'm pretty sure they'll pop up at some stage.
I thought the X-Men were excluded. That's interesting.
No. So they're all there. So long story short, you're rounding up the Infinity Stones, and the narrative's actually really interesting. Like, I don't think it's groundbreaking, but it's popcorn entertainment. Like, oh no, I need to run and beat this boss. I've picked up this hero on the way, and they get added to your roster, and you can slowly start building your team. And you get to choose 4 of like your favorite heroes, but they
like synergize together.
And so for example, my team is all Spider-Man.
I saw yours. Yeah.
So like,
cool.
I'm at a point in the game where I can equip Peter Parker's Spider-Man, Miles Morales' Spider-Man,
yes.
Spider-Gwen, and then I was like, there's no 4th Spider-Man, so I'll just use Venom. Okay, but because they're all from the same universe and all like the same sort of attributes, you get little perks and bonuses that like up the damage by a certain percentage. Which is really cool.
So it's almost like each character is like a piece of gear. And
it is, yeah. So I think by the end of the game, if you've unlocked everyone and you want to really deep into the number crunching, you could be like, well, I'm going to build a team that's made entirely out of female heroes because then you get a Woman of Marvel buff, for example.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I'm going to build a team that, let's say 4 ladies from the same universe, if that's possible. I'm sure there would be. And it's like you'll get a buff because they're all female and they're all from the same comic book universe.
Okay.
So it's cool. It incentivizes you in that way.
So it tries to keep things as canon as possible because it's like, if you have all the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it is. So you'll get a buff for having all the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, cool.
And it's the same like if you assemble a team with all X-Men, you'll get like an X-Men buff. But then, like I say, there are some other little modifiers that might play in, like all X-Men, the gender one is just easy to remember. It's like all male or female, like
is
whatever.
Cyclops in there?
He's in. I haven't unlocked him yet, but I'm pretty sure you do get to play.
Do they have their silly blue? Okay, I say silly, but I love them.
So
blue and yellow costumes.
It's a weird thing because a lot of the characters, some of them very closely resemble their movie counterparts.
Okay.
Like Nick Fury's you can't play as him, but he pops up for narrative purposes, and it's Samuel L. Jackson, looks just like him, and that voice actor does a damn good Samuel L. Jackson.
I know the Guardians of the Galaxy had suits that I'd never seen before.
Yeah, that's more, like Gamora doesn't look anything like she does.
Yeah, she looks very different,
But then it's the same with, Cyclops is in his comic book,
yes.
like blue outfit.
Yes!
It's really, really cool. So if you're a fan of Marvel, like, it's a no-brainer. It's just...
Awesome. Okay.
But, so let's talk about the gameplay. So I've said it's a lot like Diablo, where you can play co-op, but if you're playing single player, you assemble a team of 4 and you control one at a time.
You play local co-op?
You can play local co-op. I think you can play online as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you assemble your team of 4 and you're basically just running through and beating up like mobs of enemies and the odd boss here or there. But so you get a light attack and a heavy attack, which is cool, but it doesn't really give you much room to like string together combos or anything. It's like light attack, heavy attack. That's really it. But what they do to spice up the combat is you have access to a whole lot of abilities. So, for example, Spider-Man has a special ability that he just shoots web that does damage and will bind enemies, like slow them down. Oh, interesting. And you unlock 4 eventually.
Okay.
And the gameplay loop comes in that you have like an energy bar, I guess.
Yeah.
That you deplete by doing all these special attacks.
Okay.
And then you use your light attacks and heavy attacks to build it up again. But to further to make the combat like a little bit deeper, you get to synergize attacks with others as well.
Okay.
So because I'm running a whole team of spider people, I could do spider people. I could do an attack where it like shoots a web, and then so Peter Parker will shoot his web, Miles Morales will shoot his web, but his web is like electrified.
Oh.
And it just overlaps all the attacks together to like boost damage. But over and above this, you get another like ultimate bar that fills up where you can trigger it either on like one character, or you can get all 4 of your characters to do them at the same time. And it's like this special attack over and above what I've just explained that does like a lot of damage.
Okay. I think I did that at the beginning when it was tutorializing. It's like you press it and like a little like your character
it shows like
on
a
screen,
lockup of your.
And then I only realized afterwards. I can keep pressing.
Tap it to get all of them.
And they're all just like
so
go crazy.
The gameplay, like it's not as deep as I mean, look, you get to choose from. I think the final character counts as like 36 characters. All have their own different abilities.
That's quite a few characters.
It's a lot. But the combat like isn't deep per se. It's not.
It's all button mashy.
Yeah, it's not on the Diablo level of like I need to choose all my abilities and this and this. It comes, I guess, in choosing your line, your team, and that sort of thing. But I can't stop playing this game. Like I'm hooked now. I'm hooked on because your characters also level up.
Oh, okay.
So there's like
you're addicted to the numbers.
I'm addicted to the numbers because it's satisfying. It's like I fought Magneto last night and I beat him, and as soon as I did, it's like level up.
I think it's
Nick Fury is like level up. I'm like, oh, interesting. I'm a little bit stronger.
Imagine
now.
it was like really Samuel Jackson, like level up, bitch.
That voice actor is like legitimately sounds like Samuel Jackson. They cast that person.
They should get a Samuel Jackson voice pack from like Pulp Fiction.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah,
but yeah, for the most part,
level up again. How dare you?
I dare. The voice actors some of them sound very similar to their movie counterparts. Like even Iron Man sounds an awful lot like Robert Downey Jr. It's like not quite him, but they've gone for that.
I kind of love, just as a complete sidebar, but like when I see Iron Man in the comics or in games, like how prim and pristine his like mustache and hair is. And then I recently watched the first Iron Man again recently. I was no. At the beginning, they really kept it as much as they could to the comic book. Like his beard is so ridiculously manicured. And then later on, they like kind of let it look a bit more natural. But you go to the first movie and you're like, holy shit, they actually nailed his look like
looks
perfectly.
just like him. I haven't watched those movies for.
The first Iron Man's still the best one. Fight me.
Yeah, I enjoyed Iron Man 1.
Iron Man 1 is really
2
good.
and 3 were it's fine.
I've come around on 3. I thought when I first watched it, I was like, this is really bad. 2, I still think is a bad movie. I still think it's down there as one of the worst. So,
yeah. Ultimate Alliance 3. It's weird because when I talk about the game, and if I'm critical about it, there's nothing. It's not fantastic. Like it's not going to blow your socks off.
Is it comfort food?
But yeah, it's not bad either. It is. It's 100% comfort food.
It's a 7 out of 10.
I'd say 7, maybe 7.5 out of 10. Where it's not good, not bad. But shit, I can't stop playing it. Like I climb into bed and that's all I do. Yeah, I played Death Stranding till 1 a.m. yesterday.
Holy crap!
I was like, I'm tired. I'm gonna climb into bed. But before I sleep, I played a half an hour of Ultimate Alliance. It's fun. Would recommend.
You should get an elastic band and get Norman Reedus to just walk forward and play.
At the same time. Oh, we can talk about that.
Did you do that thing for Final Fantasy 15?
What? Oh, well, yeah, for the one achievement.
The walking thing.
I snapped an elastic band.
I think I left it for about 6 hours doing that.
I think mine was a couple of hours. And it
Noctis's 3 pals must have thought he was crazy because he's just running in circles. Yeah, in a circle, like, just like, It would be great if you vomited after a while.
No, it wouldn't. Then you'd have to.
The best looking vomit ever. I mean, if you have the best looking food.
This is the discussion I want to have. Oh, you mean in the game? I thought it had one. I was like, damn.
No, because like that food looked great. So you imagine the vomit looked great.
Shit.
Yeah, it was real. The only I think it's on the same level as the monster cans in Death Stranding.
Wow, that product placement is like.
How the hell does Norman Reedus chug that monster though?
So quickly.
He slams that monster.
Yeah, he really does.
He does not take a breath. He's just drinking, and then he's like, okay, now we're going, and he just chugs.
You get those people. Have you ever seen people like down a bottle of something? They put like a straw in for whatever, and it's like gone in 2 seconds.
Oh, like when people do those, what are they called? Strawpedos with the spins.
Yeah, I can't do that.
It's gassy. It will just like...
Yeah, so Norman Reedus does that.
I'm half expecting him at the end to just take the can and like hits it on his head, like crumple it against his forehead.
Shots.
Like, nah, it's ridiculous. It's like I've downed a beer before and it feels like your stomach's going to explode because it's just so much gas.
Cool. It's too much.
A Monster's too much, man.
No, but he does it.
That dude's going to die.
He's going to die.
I mean, he's going to die of a heart attack. I mean, his water canteen turns his water into Monster.
Yeah, how does that work?
It's like being, like in Ghost Rider where he's like, oh, I'm dead. I can't eat food because it all tastes like ash. Norman Reedus is like, man, I wish I could drink water, but all I drink is fucking Monster.
Yeah. That's what he does. And
that is proper hell.
That's why he can carry like hundreds of kilos.
I mean, he's allowed to come back to life, but I wouldn't come back to that sort of life. I'll just be like, kill me now.
I'm done. Leave me on the beach.
Leave me on the beach, please.
We'll talk more about dare training when I'm further.
What chapter are you on?
I'm on chapter 3 now.
That's the longest in the game.
I think I've played a lot of it yesterday.
Chapter 3, just when I finished chapter 3, and then it was around then that I started seeing people. There was a huge leak on Reset Era with someone who had reviewed the game and basically just put tons of spoilers in there. And I read there that the game was 15 chapters, and I was like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah, because
I was like, if all the chapters are like this is ridiculous.
Well, I played 3.5 hours yesterday, and I didn't finish chapter 4.
3 is about 10 hours for me.
3.
Like,
really?
It was like a third of my game, almost.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I have no idea why it's so long. It's ridiculous. Like,
I don't know.
The rest are all, like, manageable.
That game's opening up, and I'm enjoying it.
It's a good time. Chapter 3 is Fragile's chapter, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's.
Has she said her stupid line yet? She has a line. She's like, I'm fragile, but not that fragile.
No.
Like, for fuck's sake.
No, she hasn't said that.
She says it so many times.
Really? Okay,
you will get
maybe I just haven't paid attention. Let's see.
It's. I do like how whenever she appears, she wants to give Norman Reedus a floating worm.
Yeah, every time, like, are you hungry?
There's cryptobite. She's like,
no.
Hungry? He's like, no, leave me alone. God. Why are you in my room? Why are you trying to feed me while I'm sleeping? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Okay, but Death Stranding aside.
She's one of my favorite characters.
She's very cool. Yeah. I like the umbrella. It's weird,
I'm
but
not
it's
going to
awesome.
say anything.
What have you been playing? I know what the umbrella does. What have you been playing?
No, but it's not an umbrella.
Oh, never mind. No, I don't. Shh. Don't say anything.
Okay. I've been playing... So last week I started, because I have nothing to review, so I started playing games that I just have wanting to be, like, get to.
Control, am I right?
No. So I've been playing on and off Call of Duty's campaign. I don't like that campaign. I've come to the realization that, like, I just do not like that campaign. I don't hate it. It's just like, everyone was like, this is a return to form for Call of Duty campaigns. I'm just like, it's boring.
It's boring.
I'm like having a really hard time sticking with it. So.
Yeah.
Anyway,
whatever.
So I ended up bouncing off of that and going to Outer Worlds. It's not Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds is the indie game that I love that I still think is getting This is Outer Worlds.
The RPG.
The Obsidian RPG developed by Obsidian and a lot of people who worked on Fallout 1 and 2 and New Vegas.
Yes.
Which a lot of people think is the best Fallout. So
what do you think of it?
I really like this game.
Because it's funny that I think universally a lot of people love it, but there are like one or two outliers, like it's just not for me.
I think there is a case of people overhyping it to a point. Like, this game is RPG comfort food. There is nothing revolutionary about it.
It's the ultimate alliance.
It that's what it is, honestly. There's nothing there that is like, oh man, this is pushing RPGs forward or whatever. And I don't think it needs to. It's like, it's bringing me back to when I loved Fallout 3. Yeah. And since then, I haven't really found a Bethesda RPG that's giving me the same feeling. And this is like,
you didn't like Fallout 76?
Don't even get me started on that. I had to review that nonsense.
Oh, no.
It made me so sad.
Just so mad.
It's giving me that feeling again. It's just like, it's really fun to play. It's got good gunplay. It's got really good dialogue, like extremely good dialogue.
That's cool.
So the Outer Worlds is like a sort of satirical take on capitalism. It's like it's sort of like what Borderlands is, like this hyper-capitalistic corporation, colonizing space essentially. And you are part of a crew on a ship that drifted too far from a planet, and the corporation just said, it's going to cost us too much to retrieve them, so we'll just leave them there. And you got left there for like 75 years in Christ. Yeah, so then you're brought back, and the person who brings you back is like, fuck this, we're going to take down the corporation because they're capitalist assholes, whatever. But the writing is so funny. It's like really, really humorous and satirical, and I think the interactions between characters, you get a lot of dialogue choice. Like you you put your points into intelligence and perception or whatever, but it feels so much more reactive than most RPGs I've played. And I think that's where this thing actually does push things forward. Like I can go to a character and I'll be wearing raiding gear from, I've just killed a bunch of raiders and they've got armor that is better than mine, so I'll put it on. And I'll go to them and they go, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't want to talk to a raider or whatever. Like, they react to what you're wearing.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And based on what you're wearing, you can have perception increases or decreases or line increases, decreases. And then you've got a whole disguise system that can also affect that. So there's a lot that goes into just dialogue, which is super cool.
That's cool.
You can even, I've heard, I want to try it. There's a run you can do where at the beginning you reduce your intelligence to 0. So your character is fucking stupid.
They just go.
So like they will in conversation, like your dialogue options will be severely limited.
Shit,
and
that's
apparently
cool.
It's just super fun.
Oh wow.
Like apparently the writing just adapts to
just
it.
Just like a gun for hire maybe.
Exactly, yeah. So it's really cool. There's also a thing where you can kill every NPC in the game. And the story reacts to it, which is ridiculous.
That I can't wrap my head around.
I cannot wrap my head around, but apparently it works. Like, it works in a very... So, a story-critical character, you can kill them, and the story will just adapt.
So that's another run for you to do. You're going to play a dumb character and just kill everyone you see.
My next run is a dumb melee-focused character, because the melee combos are actually pretty good.
Is it? Okay.
But I'm speccing now in... Because I love playing my rogues, so I've got lots of lockpicking, lots of stealth, lots of hacking, and then just loads of points into guns.
That's
mainly handguns. The weapons are really fun. They all have elemental damages. You can mod them for elemental damages.
So it is an RPG through and through.
Yeah, through and through. I mean, it's a first-person shooter in design, but you are thinking, especially if you play on hard, because apparently the game on easy and normal is way too easy.
Oh, okay.
So
you're playing on hard.
Yeah, so easy to the point where you don't really have to worry about the role-playing features, which I'm like, then I'll just play a shooter.
Yeah.
So I'm playing on hard, and I have heard the first 5 hours are really hard, and I am struggling. But it feels more rewarding.
It's rewarding when you get through it, yeah.
So it has a system which is similar to VATS, but I think is a lot better than VATS. So instead of pausing the game entirely, you have like a time dilation thing, so things slow down. And then if you aim at specific limbs of enemies, it will show you immediately what status effect it will inflict. So if I get a headshot, it has the ability to, death, and blind them. Or if I shoot their arm with their weapon, it will cripple their arm so that they will be less effective with that weapon, or their legs, it will maim them so they can't more. So it's like VATS, but VATS where you also have to be accurate and very quick as well. And I think it works a lot better.
That's cool.
Very, very cool. And then you've got like stealth elements like tall grass. So I like running around in tall grass with a knife that has fire damage. And I just stab people and they turn into ash. So there's not even a body for people to find.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's good. The writing's amazing because there's lots of gray area choices. I just finished the first planet because it's a lot of self-contained planets. Every map is kind of like small. So it's not like one massive map. It's like small maps with a few areas of interest, and then you go to other planets.
Yeah.
It feels a lot like Mass Effect in that regard.
Okay.
But I had to like sort out a big story thing, and like I made a decision, seemed like the poor one. Then it opened up another avenue, and like, okay, I can kind of rectify this. Kind of rectified it. Ended up having another consequence that I was like, oh fuck.
Damn it.
Like, it's so grey, and I never felt good about my choices, but like, that's
part of the experience, though.
It's the best part.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like this is the good choice, this is the bad choice. It's always like in the middle, which I love.
Yeah,
so.
And those sort of games you should play where you don't quick load. Whatever happens.
I'm just going with the flow. Yeah.
And if what you've described, it sounds like if you play it 2, 3, 4 times, it's always going to be different based on your specs, your decisions.
Because you can do all sorts of things. Like I've heard that. At the beginning of the game, you're obviously let out from your cryosleep from a guy who's wanted by the board, who's this big corporation. Yeah. And you can literally, firstly, just kill him. Yeah. Or in the first town, I found a wanted thing for him, and I had the ability to turn him in.
Oh.
And he's like a main character, so like, what happens to the story?
Yeah, what happens in?
And so there's and what's great is that apparently the main campaign for Outer Worlds is around 20 hours. Like, I'm definitely pushing past that because like I'm doing a lot of side stuff, But if you want to replay it and just mainline and see how the story changes, it's not like a 60, 70-hour game. You can do it.
You can go through relatively quickly.
It's good.
Sounds good.
It's on Games Pass on PC as well.
Boy.
Because Obsidian's owned by Microsoft now.
Games Pass looking better and better every day.
It could look a bit better, I think, especially on Xbox. It looks fine. Like, it's okay.
But I mean, they're constantly adding stuff, which is really cool.
It's a great game.
We'll get to XO19.
I really, put it this way, it was like a surprise to me how good it is. Yeah,
that's cool.
Very fun.
It's a left field game.
Yeah, I'm keen. And then just quickly, been playing a small game in early access called Spin Rhythm XD.
Spin Rhythm.
Holy shit, this game's good.
You hooked.
Man, it's like, so I never played DJ Hero. Okay. I know, I never.
It's a good time.
Everyone says it was like the dark horse of like the Guitar Hero thing.
Like I played DJ Hero and I'm shocked that more people didn't play it.
Yeah, apparently it was just like phenomenal.
It is a lot of fun, yeah.
So Spin Rhythm XD is sort of like, I guess, the spiritual successor to that, but also a combination with like Audio Surf. So basically you've got this ring on the bottom of the screen that you click in your mouse, and well, I'm using mouse, and the mouse control scheme is really good. And you rotate it, and it rotates like a circle.
Okay, yeah.
And then your track has got blue and red blocks that come in. So some blocks you just have to align it with the color, and that's it. And it hits. Some you have to click when it gets to the bottom.
Oh, wow.
Others you have to hold, and while you're holding, the track can move.
Oh,
so you
have
to move it, stuff like that. And then as soon as you go into higher difficulties, they introduce like a beat thing with the space bar.
Okay.
So you're constantly like, you're moving, you're flicking your mouse, you're holding some points, you're clicking some points. There's some points where it will be like spin. So you have to like click and just like whip your mouse to the left or right. Yeah.
If you're a DJ, it's you go.
But man, this game can get, like, I started on normal and I was like, cool. And then I go to hard. I'm like, it's not the beat that is becoming faster, it's the complexity. It's just like, it's adding all sorts of different ones.
More things, yeah.
Man, I'm just so hooked to this game. The music is phenomenal.
There's something about rhythm games though. So like a modern day example is Beat Saber.
Yeah.
Which is you waving your arm and chopping colored blocks. That's the gameplay in a nutshell, but I've never played it, but it looks like a lot of fun.
Man.
And everyone
next time you're over, you need to play. You think
another workout.
It's a workout. Yeah, Beat Saber is a proper workout. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
but
I need to play.
I know what you mean. Like rhythm games, just like they ping with me. Like, and also because they're quick. It's like, oh, a song is 2 minutes. I'm fucking going.
Okay, like Guitar Hero is dead now. Like push F in chat. But like the thing about rhythm games, Guitar Hero was massive. Audio Surf was great. A DJ Hero I thought would be bigger. I played it, really loved it.
Thumper recently, very good. Yeah.
So, man, it's a really cool genre. How did you find this game?
So I've seen a lot of journalists posting videos about it. I'm like, man, this looks friggin' cool. So then we looked into it, and it's in early access, so we requested a code. Okay. So they're sending out codes. So it's evolving, like they're adding. Right now, it's got like an arcade mode with I think like 20 levels.
Oh, nice.
Which is really cool. Then it's got a daily challenge mode. And then they're just adding control schemes. So you can use a controller, which I haven't tried, but I quite like the mouse.
Translate.
But you can also add a turntable or a
so you're gonna actually
MIDI board.
DJ.
Yeah, so you can literally, and apparently that is the way to play. Like
shit. Yeah. My brother has a turntable.
I really want to try.
Hit us up.
I really want to try. But the mouse works really well, especially if you... I mean, I'm still getting used to it, so I'm not really playing on hard with the beat thing. So literally, I'm only playing with my mouse.
With one hand.
Although I do feel like I need to find a better way to hold it, because, man, after like half an hour, my hand was like cramping up. Yeah. Because I'm like holding it, like clicking and moving it, and like... Yeah. It's like this is carpal tunnel syndrome.
Oh, no, waiting to happen. That sounds awesome. And I saw the video you sent. It does look great.
Yes, what a great game. It's just... The music is so good. It's on early access on Steam. I would 100% recommend.
How much does it cost?
I don't know. I think $150 or something.
What is it called?
Spin Rhythm XD.
Spin. You can tap it. Spin Rhythm. Rhythm City.
Huh? How do you spell
Rhythm? Oh my god, that is
Spin Rhythm XD.
It is
$20.
So in South African money,
130 rand. Yeah,
that's even cheaper for us.
Fucking buy this game. Like
it looks great. Yeah.
So good. So good. And it looks beautiful as well. So
I'm gonna just add that to my wish list while we chat.
Yeah, I really like this game. I don't think there's a actual release date just yet. How is Steam updating while it's over? Oh, you're on the website. I was like, how's it updating while it's open? That makes no sense.
Makes no sense, damn.
So yeah, that's a good game.
That's cool. Yeah, I want to check it out.
So you do good news.
Game releases? Is there anything?
Oh, game releases.
Is Star Wars the last AAA title for...
I think Star Wars is the last big AAA title. Yeah, we got Stadia this week, which is... Oh boy!
Yeah, I don't know how we'll get to
especially Microsoft. Microsoft really made them look stupid this week.
It's going to be very interesting.
Stadia is... I have a suspicion that Google's not going to let this last, even as long as people assume it will. Like, it just seems to be launching in a terrible state at the moment. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. Stadia. I mean, you haven't listened or haven't seen what they kind of took out of the Stadia launch.
What did they take out? Okay. I know they launched with like 20. No, it was like 12 games.
Oh no, it gets worse. We'll get to it in news. Do you want to do releases real quick?
Yeah. If you where do you?
VG 24/7. Take me to a browser.
You need to just type that.
Matty and I are co-oping a PC here.
Oh, we're co-oping a Mac, co-oping a PC. It's a good time. VG 24/7. Yeah, let's just nitpick through the releases because we really do have to fly. What's the time? Oh my god, it's 9:30.
Did you seriously go there? Where's the mouse?
No, it legitimately is 9:30.
This list is so long. Okay, let's look at November game releases. So we... where the hell's November? That's TBD. That's late fall.
December. There you go. Here we go.
So we had Star Wars, Jedi Fallen Order, and Pokemon on Friday.
Wow, there's like nothing.
Almost nothing. Yeah. Okay, so this week is Shenmue 3. Can you believe it?
I am dying to see reviews for this game because I'm not a Shenmue person. Never played it, so I don't have any affiliation with the game. It doesn't look great.
No, I'm not really expecting much. Google Stadia launch also November 19th. Woof.
We'll get to that.
The best game this week, Bubble Bobble 4 Friends. Hell yeah!
Full Switch, yes.
Bubble Bobble.
Buble.
Bubble Buble.
Asterix and Obelix XXL3, The Crystal Manor. November
Can't
21?
wait for it. Yeah. Civilization 6 coming to PS4 and Xbox One. Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts, which I haven't really seen much of.
And these games don't have dates, it's just November.
Yeah, these games don't have... But
I mean, I
think they'll be out soon, so...
Just go down to December.
Football Manager. Tourist looks really good. Tourist is the that like very crossy road looking game coming to Switch. I'm sure you've seen the trailer. It was in the last direct.
In December we have the top picks: Life is Strange 2 Episode 5, Star Ocean, and Mech Warrior 5.
Yeah, the big games are done. I know in December we've got like Wattam, which is
Excuse me, we've got Shovel Knight over here.
That got a date this week. That's coming out December 9th. Shovel Knight King of Cards. I'm super excited for that.
Farming Simulator 20 on Switch.
Hell yeah.
Cool, but let's bounce to news.
Cool.
News.
The big thing was XO19 this week, which was... It felt like...
was it a mixed bag?
It felt like E3 2.0 for Microsoft. At least the length, Jesus Christ. That format is horrible. I
didn't watch it. So
I really don't like that format. They talk too much. A lot of it could be condensed into Connect, like a direct style.
Like just chop, fly through everything.
So I don't think there were like huge bangers during the event, but there were some cool things. Basically the best part of the whole thing was just Game Pass. Game Pass is getting tons of games.
Game Pass is getting like a lot of Japanese love actually.
Yes,
it's getting a whole bunch of Yakuza games.
Yes, well, also Yakuza coming to Xbox.
Oh, it's never been on Xbox before, and it's coming to Game Pass.
So Yakuza 0, Kiwami 1 and 2, and they're coming to Game Pass early next year. Right now we've got Rage 2, Remnant from the Ashes, Witcher 3 is coming later this year.
There's some look, it's not... If you've played those games, oh well. But if you haven't, those are big games.
All those Final Fantasies. So many.
It's like Final Fantasy 7 through to the 13 trilogy.
And they said Final Fantasy 14 will come eventually. The MMO.
Oh, so if you've got Game Pass, you don't need to pay the subscription.
I don't know how that will work.
I also don't know.
But you've got Darksiders 3. My name is Pedro. Halo Reach got a date for December
PC.
3rd. Yeah, for PC and Xbox One, which is the second best Halo. ODST is better.
Okay, you and Darren can fight on Twitter.
I will fight with them.
Fight the good fights.
Listen, they are. I'm trying to think if there's a bad Halo, and I can't really think of one right now. Oh no, I can. Halo 4. Halo 4 is terrible. Halo 4 is terrible, but the rest are pretty good. So yeah,
take that. Okay.
What else from EXO?
There were a bunch of games revealed. Oh wait, let's get to Project X Cloud.
Project X Cloud, yeah. So Project X Cloud keeps expanding. There's currently 50 games on the service, including things like Devil May Cry 5, Tekken 7, Forza Horizon 4, etc. Microsoft announced that they are going to be supporting more controllers, even the DualShock 4, which is fascinating. Yeah. They're rolling it out to more regions. Still no mention of Africa just yet. I mean, it is still in beta. Yeah, it's still in beta. But yeah, they were basically just saying, like, Microsoft was like, we are planning to expand the service so that games that you own, you'll be able to stream via xCloud at no additional cost.
Interesting.
So Stadia's just like, well, fuck.
Well, shit.
They're also bringing xCloud support to Games Pass. So eventually every game on Games Pass will have xCloud support.
Wow.
Huge.
That is insane.
And the fact that they're launching with like 5 times more games in Stadia in beta, it's crazy. Up now. Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, so on a surface level, Xboxes looks like the better offering.
Definitely.
I wonder service-wise though, are they both going to hold up? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this is really benefiting people who invested in the Xbox ecosystem this gen. Because, like, if you have a lot of games...
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. This xCloud and Games Pass are the sorts of things that make you look at Xbox in the next gen and go, I should invest in them, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, I think we've mentioned this plenty before, but Xbox, like, do they even care about not that they don't care about the next gen console, but they've got so much other shit to carry them. Like the fact that PlayStation's going to leverage Azure servers.
Yes.
Remember, like they're getting a cut of that. They've got Project X Cloud, which is just like its own service in itself. Xbox Game Pass, I'm sure it's going to come to Switch at some stage.
I'm hoping so. Yeah.
Imagine it's their service that they just put on every platform, and then.
The
Xbox console is just like a nice to have. Then
Xbox is just doing, they doing all the right things for the next. They're setting up the right platform for the next gen.
Yeah.
Which
so let's see.
Which brings us to some of the exclusives, which I didn't think really looked that good. And these are all games coming out before the next console, 2020. So you've got Ninja Theory's Bleeding Edge, which is their like multiplayer MOBA Overwatch thing.
Did you watch the gameplay?
It looked weird.
Yeah,
I was not a fan of that at all.
Yeah.
It's like melee-focused gameplay, but it just looked like messy.
Yeah.
I just had no real affinity for.
No.
So that's coming out March 24th, which is ballsy considering what's out around
it is
then.
a busy period. Why would you launch in March?
It's like Final Fantasy 7, Cyberpunk is a few weeks later. Like, good luck.
It's a busy period.
Obsidian announced a new IP, which coming off of the Outer Worlds, I was like, hell yeah, a new Obsidian game. And then it's like this Honey, I Shrunk the Kids survival game.
You like what?
I was just like, huh? What? So, yeah, I had like no real feeling like towards that at all. Like, I was just like, this looks weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Rare announced a new IP, makers of Sea of Thieves. So Everwild, they showed a very beautiful trailer. Like, I love this art style.
It looks cool.
But I cannot tell what type of game it is. It looks like an adventure game of some kind, but beyond that, it's just like this forest, this magical forest with really weird looking deers. Spray. But yeah, I'm down for it. It was the most exciting thing out of there, even though I know nothing about it. And then there were a lot of other indie games, a lot of games from Annapurna that looked really good. You should check out there's good roundups on Critical Hit of all the trailers. There were a lot of
interesting. Commandos 2, damn. That's a game I haven't played in forever.
That's the strategy game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a World War II. Yeah, I suppose you could call it. It's not really a strategy game. It is, it isn't.
Is it? Is it like Company of Heroes?
No.
Oh.
You're controlling... Excuse you. Down you go. It's like you're controlling 2 to 5 characters
at
a time. It's not like an RTS at all.
So it's sort of like Dota.
I guess so.
It's like Dota when you're playing Meepo.
Yeah. I suppose you could say it like that. Sindel's coming to Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, Sindel, sorry. What else we got? Oh, okay, so Stadia. Okay. So Stadia's out this week. And Google have made a point of saying, hey, this is like for early access people, whatever. Despite the fact that they're charging you like $120 for this fucking thing.
It's insane.
Okay. They're charging you $120. There's only 12 games.
Yeah.
You have to rebuy the games, obviously. Destiny is the only one you get for free if you pay their subscription fee every month. And the subscription fee is supposed to give you access to better streams. So when the thing launches proper, you can stream any games that you own for free in HD. But to stream a game, again, that you own, that you pay $60 for, you have to pay a monthly subscription fee.
Nice.
Except that now, even that is not going to work.
What?
At first. So firstly, when it launches, you'll only be able to play using Chromecast. You will not be able to play using a
Internet Explorer.
Yeah, you won't be able to play using a browser at all just yet, if I'm not mistaken, or any other devices. It will only be through functionality will only be available through the Chromecast. Also, they will not be supporting 4K, 5.1 sound, or HDR on PC using Stadia. The functionality will only be available through Chromecast.
Wow. Interesting.
It's just like,
what the
fuck is going on? Then there was the news a few weeks back where it's just like the controller won't be able to be used wirelessly just yet. Do I have to be hooked up?
What?
The whole idea, where they were like, oh, your controller's going to connect directly to your router to reduce latency, whatever.
Yeah,
that's not happening at launch. Like, it's just a fucking
It's all this
mess.
stuff that they've pitched and it just hasn't been enabled yet.
Why launch it now then? Like, why?
I think they want to get out the gate before the Xbox.
But they've already lost that battle. xCloud is out and better.
Yeah, but it's
like,
better, yeah.
I don't get it, man. Stadia. Train wreck waiting to happen. That.
God damn.
What else?
More evidence points to new Bioshock on the way. Interesting. It's time we had a new Bioshock.
Which is weird because I swear to God, 2K actually said that they were working on a new Bioshock. So I'm not sure why this is like.
Lupin's going crazy here on the side.
Lupin's down.
He just wants attention. Just little shit.
Remember Prey 2?
Yes.
The Prey 2 that got cancelled that looked really good?
Yes.
So the developers there were called Human Head. Their studio closed down this week. But then got reopened with basically all the employees as Roundhouse Studios under the guise of Bethesda.
Okay.
So Bethesda has a new in-house studio called Roundhouse Studios, and who knows, maybe they're working on a Prey thing.
Prey 2. Prey 3.
I'm just hoping that Human Head gets to do something. Because, like, they deserve to do something. Like,
just a little something. What the hell is that header?
I don't. Blizzard plans to keep fans informed of Diablo 4 progress with quarterly reports. So it's just.
That was a great header, Darren.
Was it Darren? Yeah, Darren.
CEO with like a Diablo head.
What else?
I don't know.
Mercy has a new. Did you watch her short?
I haven't watched it. No. Pokemon Sword and Shield. Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh yeah, this whole week was dominated by this toxic Pokemon nonsense, where they were like, Game Freak did reuse models, and then that whole hashtag Game Freak lied was trending on Twitter, and it's just like what the fuck is wrong with you
gamers?
people?
Why you like this?
The best was that one dude who was like, it takes 10-minute max to model a Pokemon. It's like, are you mad?
Okay, maybe,
what cocaine are you having?
Maybe cocaine.
Jeez, 10 minutes to 3D model something, rig it, animate it, push it out,
and give it a name.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Come up with abilities.
There's a rumor that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 could be out next year, which I do not believe.
I also don't believe that.
100% do not believe that.
What is big for Nintendo next year?
It's interesting because I don't know.
Don't they do a direct in December to like lay out the first few months?
I'm sure, or beginning of Jan.
Maybe beginning of Jan.
Yeah, because they currently don't have anything. First party at least.
No. So we'll see, maybe. But I doubt it. I also think it'll be like a 2021 game.
It'd be a huge surprise to me if they do.
No, 2021 game.
Maybe a new Mario. Maybe they finally announce a remaster of Galaxy.
I would love that.
Xbox One is a shuffle button, so you can press it and get served a game in your backlog that you haven't tried, which is quite neat,
Craig,
I think.
This is for you.
Yeah, Craig.
We reached out to Bill Gates. We said, our friend Craig has a problem. He needs help choosing a game in his backlog. And Bill Gates said, I got you, fam. Called up Phil Spencer, said, hey, add a shuffle button.
Listen, there's this guy in South Africa. He's dying.
He's dying.
The CTO of Oculus VR, Doom's John Carmack, has been working at Oculus for ages now. Basically...
I didn't know he was a CTO of Oculus.
Yeah, he's like the reason VR has seen such progress in the past few years. He's now left Oculus because he thinks virtual reality is advancing too slowly.
Wow.
Which cannot disagree with that. And he's now working on AI stuff, which is interesting. So every day we stray closer to Skynet.
Yeah.
Need for Speed Heat's been getting pretty decent reviews. Yeah. Darren gave it an 8. He seemed to like it. Yeah.
Vroom, 8 out of 10.
I think that's about it. There's a game where you can pretend to be on a long haul flight in a plane seat, and fuck that.
Why? Look, I don't mind flying, but I would never do.
Why would you play a game mimicking that? No.
Hell no. Okay, that's it.
We spoke about Overwatch, right?
Yeah, we did last week. Okay, let's get to our questions.
If you would have said, "Ooh, sorry, I'm like half yawning there." Whew.
Sure. Half yawning or like full yawning?
If you want to send us questions, you can tweet us at Checkpoint Chat on Twitter, at Checkpoint Chat on Instagram, is it?
Yes.
Checkpoint Chat... What? Checkpoint Chat on Facebook. And then Checkpoint Chat Podcast at gmail.com. The only black sheep of the family there.
Although we're gonna dig into that archive because Meg sent us questions like weeks ago, and I thought we had answered all of them, or I just forgot about them. I don't know. We got 3, I think. No, wait, we did do that one. Okay.
What app is this?
Spark.
What's Spark?
Email client? It's just an email client.
Interesting.
I plug in all my emails and it just makes it one feed, or I can filter to be a specific mailbox.
Oh,
it's really good. I like it.
Cool.
This is sent 12 October. Good morning. Kloof Pantanal Chang, what are your thoughts on the large majority of retail stores skipping Halloween in favor of a 3-month Christmas campaign? No.
I think that's been the norm here in South Africa for years.
Yeah, some will time to Halloween, but generally Christmas goes up in October.
Halloween will be like a week of festivities, and then Christmas is up straight wild afterwards. Christmas. Yeah. I mean, I work just across from Sandton City, and the big light up Christmas tree is already up, and I'm just like. Okay, to be fair, we are nearly at the end of November.
But a lot of you walk into a store like the beginning of October, and it's like October 1. Those employees are like, yes, it's Christmas like decorations, Boney M's on the system. You're like, wow, why?
Boney M or Mariah Carey singing Christmas songs.
You're just like, no, stop it.
No, I keep forgetting that we're actually really close to December. This year is just super weird.
Christmas is like 5-6
weeks away. Yeah.
So I wouldn't
what are you buying me for Christmas, Matty?
What are you buying me for Christmas?
Nothing.
Yeah, same as last year.
Lump of coal.
Retail stores skipping Halloween, a lot of them do anyway. But
Halloween's not big here.
If they didn't, I wouldn't want them to, because Christmas shit should only go up in like November.
Yeah, I agree. But it's just like, we're going to finish Christmas, and then by February it's going to be like, hey, remember marshmallow eggs? Easter.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Like, okay. Yeah. Next question. Dear Cakey Puffy Cholesterol, do you prefer to use pens or pencils, and which color and why?
Pens, always. Black pens.
Black. Oh, yes, snap. Black pens. Lenska, when we started dating, she introduced me to a brand of pen called Lamy.
Yes.
It's nice German
Very
brand.
expensive pens.
Look, they're not like...
They're expensive here.
They're not like Peter Parker.
Peter Parker.
God, Parker pen.
I love Peter Parker pens.
You heard nothing.
My favorite pen brand.
Peter Parker.
That's how I shoot
Spider-Man pen. That'd be a cool dope ass pen. Exactly. You can write with the one and shoot web with the other.
Exactly. Someone's annoying you, just shoot web.
Someone needs to patent that now. It's mine.
But just like the ink things for Parker pens, they're also very expensive.
They're very expensive. Yeah. So. It's a Lamy's a German brand of pen, and they're very nice.
I thought they were Polish.
No, they're German.
Okay.
German.
German
so we both agree.
Pens.
Black pens.
Yeah, I don't like writing with pencil. And when I do write, I mean, I don't write a lot because I work on the PC a lot.
I type a lot. Yeah.
So pens. So I like taking down notes with pens. Yeah.
Feel like a pro, like scribble.
I have a notebook. Keep it with me.
Ooh, what a guy. Dear customer Pointless Caesar, what do the colors of each console manufacturer mean that is used in their advertising, such as PlayStation, blue, Serenity, Xbox, green, Envy, Nintendo, red, anger? Do you guys know? I don't know if there's a specific reason.
Corporate branding.
Honest. It's branding, and they stick to their colors.
Not really. Nintendo's gone through a color palette, eh?
Yeah, but for the most part, their core is always that red, the Nintendo red.
The NES had red. The Super NES was purple.
The GameCube was purple. No, but I mean the actual, not the physical consoles.
No, but even if you look at the GameCube logo, it's like white and purple. And then the 64 is like, I actually don't know what the 64 logo
but yeah,
like.
those are those products. But the actual Nintendo brand always remain like the Nintendo name is usually white and red.
The actual company logo. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And then Xbox is, although with the OG Xbox, wasn't it like black and green? And now
black and green,
it's green and
white.
white.
Yeah, white was like 360 era. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, 360 introduced the white, I guess, and then it just sort of carried over. Although they
always kept the green.
They've kept the green, but they've lent.
They've changed
the
their
Nexus
green,
it's that green and white, but the Xbox One X they tend to use like a black.
Yeah, a black like logo. Like now they use like green more in the. But even the green, like the green on the 360 used to be like this, and the original Xbox was like this very bright lime green, and now it's a more dark, saturated green. It's just that's how they stick. You think of green, you think of Xbox. PlayStation's always been like grey and blue. Yeah. Always like I mean, Sony had their multicolored logo for PS1, but since the PS2, it's been like blue all the time.
PS2 wasn't it more like purpley?
Yeah, purpley bluish. PS3. And then PS3 they just went with the Spider-Man font. They literally did.
Spider-Man font. It's just a branding thing. Like, so I can tell you work-wise, when we do anything Xbox, like we have to make use of the color palette, and you absolutely cannot use like blue or red for those reasons, because those
it's all about color association.
Lupin, Jesus Christ, you're so restless.
He's so funny.
He's like, comes, he lies on the couch, does backflips, claws the couch.
At 3 a.m.
Sometimes, him and Luna. Jeez,
look at how he's judging you.
He's like, why'd you spray me, bitch? Okay, we have some questions on the Instagrams. Oh my god, no, that's not the one I'm looking for. Okay, I must remember. I have a question from last week that I missed. A friend of mine is like, how dare you miss my question? It was a DM, that's why I missed it. He said, back in the day, Toys R Us had the game show on KTV where you could grab everything in the shop.
Toy Rush!
Yeah, grab everything in the shop with a 1 minute time limit.
Wasn't it Reggie's?
Reggie's Rush, you're right. It wasn't Toys R Us. What would you have grabbed as a kid? Did you have any strategic plans in case you had the chance?
So whenever I watched these things, I was always like, okay, so at the time that they did them, I don't think the electronics like consoles were as prominent.
I remember the PS2 being.
They used to be there, yeah. But they used to lock all the good shit away.
Yeah.
Like, because they fucking knew.
They knew, yeah.
People knew kids would be like savvy enough to be like, this is expensive.
I think some, because I did see 1 or 2 episodes where the kid grabbed like was it a PS1 or PS2? But they would grab like a console and then some games. I'm sure there was like a T's and C's thing, like you can grab that.
You cannot grab 500 PlayStations. Because
my thing was, I'd grab a PlayStation for myself, one for my brother, one for my sister.
I'm sure.
And I would just open that gaming cupboard and just like pour all the shit into my trolley.
Like games are small,
that's exactly what I would have done.
So I'm sure there's so if there were no limits, that's what I'd do.
Yeah,
but I'm sure there's limits.
And I mean, that was my plan back in the day. It was like, why do these people not open? I mean, as a kid, I don't know. I'm just like, why do they not go for the consoles and grab all the games and accessories?
I'd also just go to the Lego aisle and put my arm in the aisle and just walk.
I was just going to say, so if you could go to, is Reggie still around? No.
I don't think so.
Okay, if you could go to like a toy store akin to Reggie's, if they are dead.
What are they now?
Today,
Toy Kingdom,
whatever.
Hamleys.
Yeah, you have a minute. Okay, let's say Hamleys. That's a good one, I guess. You have a minute to grab stuff. What would you grab? What is Hamleys, like your focus?
Fucking Lego and
a couple of drones.
Drones, yeah, they sell drones there. Star Wars toys, they have the lightsabers there.
Yeah,
I'd grab them.
There we go. That's what you grab in a minute.
And if someone tried to stop me, I'd unpack the lightsaber and go
fight them.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Who do you pick between... Oh, this is from Cello ZA, by the way. I don't think I said.
Was that from Chiller?
Those, yeah, and then all of these as well. This is this week. And that Toys R Us question was from last week.
Okay.
It says, who do you pick between Charmander, Bulbasaur, or Squirtle, and why?
Not Bulbasaur.
No.
He's a decaying flower.
He's a flower. Who chooses a flower?
I like Squirtle.
Yeah,
Squirtle Squad.
I like Charmander just because I do like the final evolution.
Yeah, you see, this is the thing. I like Squirtle, but I don't like his 2 evolutions. I think Wartortle is terrible, and I think Blastoise is mid tier.
Oh, mid tier,
yeah. Damn. Charmeleon sucks.
Charizard's awesome. Yeah,
fucking love Charizard.
So
and
I would definitely pick Charmander.
I just like Squirtle because there's the episode where it's Squirtle Squad where they all with the sunglasses. Really like that.
Squad.
Bulbasaur is cute as fuck. Okay, Bulbasaur's cute. His evolutions suck balls. Like
Venusaur and Ivysaur.
It's just like a piece of cabbage that's rotting. Like it's horrible.
It's a Portuguese
Venusaur
Pokemon.
And Ivysaur, or is it the other way around?
We are bad Portuguese. I don't remember.
It's
bad
terrible.
Portuguese
I hate
people.
it. But Bulbasaur is like Bulbasaur, cute as hell. Super cute.
Totadorbs.
Yeah, Totadorbs. He can shoot light from his little bulb. Awesome.
For a little light. Zoop. Is it wrong for a vegetarian to eat animal crackers?
Shit.
Philosophy
Wait,
101.
are animal crackers like zoo biscuits?
I don't know. It must be a brand.
So is it like crackers that are shaped of animals?
Maybe. I don't think it's made from actual animal.
Well,
because if it was, then a vegan would eat them. Yeah. No, but there's nothing wrong with a vegetarian eating animal. What about if a vegetarian were to eat zoo biscuits?
I love zoo biscuits.
Me too. You can eat them whatever you are. Maybe if you're vegan, I doubt it.
How do you eat a zoo biscuit?
Just chow through it.
Oh, I like biting off the rim and
you're one of those people.
That thing. And some people go like super intense. They lick off the animal.
Oh wow, no, that's too much.
That's too much.
And last question: what is a word that makes you feel uncomfortable? A good example would be moist.
I like that word.
You like the word moist?
I don't think it makes me feel uncomfortable. I like it. It's arousing.
It's arousing. Oh no. It's like the opposite of arousing. Moist.
We're very close to each other right now.
Oh no. Stay away.
An uncomfortable word.
I
can't think off the top of my head of an uncomfortable word.
I
do say rude a lot.
Rude.
When people like roast me and I don't know how to
you just respond, rude.
I just go rude.
Yeah, I don't have any words that make me feel uncomfortable, to be honest. I suppose
arachnophobe.
Arachnophobe. I can tell you words that I like. So Americanism's not a fan, but the one word I absolutely love is we say aluminium. And they say aluminum.
Aluminum.
I love aluminum. I think it just sounds like a cool word.
Aluminum is a good word.
Aluminum, like yes, an aluminum plated thing. Yes, that sounds
I
good.
like the word sanguine because I think
sanguine.
I think it rolls off the tongue really well.
Sanguine.
I'm not entirely sure what it means.
Linguini.
I know they talk about sanguine stuff. Like I've seen it in reviews a lot and stuff. So I like reading other people's reviews and thesaurusing their words and going, what the fuck does this mean? Yeah.
What is this?
Sanguine and menagerie. I really like.
Menagerie is a good one.
And menagerie. I like plethora.
Yeah, those are some good words. But words that make me feel uncomfortable. I suppose
there's a lot of swear words that make me feel uncomfortable.
I was just gonna say there's a lot
I don't like repeating.
There's like one or two words where I'll only ever use them if I'm like I really explicitly want to describe someone who be like I really don't like you.
Yeah, I don't like
the C word we all know.
That word makes me feel very uncomfortable.
That word comes out when it's like
very
I particularly like I'm really want to express.
Like, man, you've really got you're angry.
Yeah, like you.
I try to avoid that as much as I can.
At the office, unrelated but related, we've come to we say horrible words, but we soften them. So like instead of poophole, we'll say like that person's such a pope hole.
The pope hole. Ice cream emoji hole.
Ice cream emoji. Damn. So stuff like that. But nothing else comes to mind. I think. Yeah. Do you have any others?
No, I'm pretty good.
No,
was that questions?
That's
sorry
questions.
We have to rush through them, but we're already late.
Yeah.
We have to attend this event. We're late because of me, because I got you late.
This is your fault. You snoozed. How dare you?
I did. I literally snoozed my phone.
Literally. Did you put a pillow over and go, shh, sweet child.
Let it happen.
Goodbye.
But yeah, thanks for listening. Check my chat. Get us on all the socials. Send us questions.
Send us questions.
Leave us 75.
Leave us a rating and review.
Yeah, we're going to be chowing through this backlog of games now because December's
I'm really grateful that December is here and that there are no.
Are you going away in December?
Releases. No,
neither am I. Hell yeah!
Oh yeah!
Podcast for days.
Games. Yeah.
You can listen to Checkpoint Chat on the beach.
Oh yes.
And if you've got a waterproof phone, in the ocean.
In the ocean itself.
In the ocean. But if you're in the ocean right now, please don't drown.
Please swim back to shore.
Say hi to SpongeBob.
Watch out for the shark. Say hi to Keanu Reeves under the ocean.
Who's in SpongeBob apparently.
Yes.
Very fun.
And we will be back next week for episode 76.
Episode 76. Thanks for listening.
Goodbye.
Bye.